Hello and welcome to PlayStation Grenade! E3 is fast approaching yet again. The place we keep an eye on to plan out our future purchases and get hyped for the year ahead. This year will likely be a little strange as my PlayStation brothers and sisters will not be there. So no updates on the Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, or even The Last of Us Part 2. Instead, we will focus on the third parties. So, I've gone through all the rumours and speculation to find 15 games to look forward to at E3 2019. Before we start, let's see what you guys are most excited for. Write your most anticipated game in the comments below and like the games you can't wait to play. Anyway, if you're ready, let's do this. We have to start with the one game which has received universal praise from everyone who saw it behind closed doors 1 year ago, Cyberpunk 2077. In development for over 6 years now, Cyberpunk 2077 will be a massive role-playing game set in the futuristic streets of Night City. The inhabitants are surrounded by high levels of technology, but also the seedy underbelly of crime and villainy are also on the rise, so poverty crossed with technology. The developers CD Projekt Red have a track record of excellence, but above all else, integrity. No hidden costs, no anti-consumer decisions, no releasing a game before it's finished. Real integrity. I'm expecting a playable demo this year, and more importantly, a release date. Believe me when I say Cyberpunk 2077 is a huge deal. I'll link a video which breaks down the game and setting in a little more depth. Do you remember the Splinter Cell series? Yeah, they are starting to fade from memory, aren't they? Which makes 2019 the perfect time to bring back Sam Fisher and his stealth combat skills. Recently, a lead developer accidentally let slip he was working on the next Splinter Cell game, and what better place to officially reveal Sam's return than E3? Sam Fisher popped up in Ghost Recon Wildlands last year, voiced by his OG voice actor Michael Ironside, who had a minor falling out with Ubisoft. So if he's back, fingers crossed, Splinter Cell must be back too. Recently, Respawn Entertainment revealed a game they are working on, and it's a bloody big one, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Fallen Order stars a young survivor of Order 66, as he finds his feet as a Jedi. This will be a solo campaign focus, picking up right after the events of Revenge of the Sith, tying into the movies and the lore. The combat will focus on up-close melee action, but as yet, we haven't seen his lightsaber. I have a sneaking suspicion it will be pink. Excited for this one? Let me know your thoughts. The Walking Dead games have been a bit of a mixed bag. The early brilliance of Leon Clementine in the Telltale series, but also the way that series fell apart, and a similar thing happened to Overkill's version of the game. So is The Walking Dead a poisoned chalice in the video game world? We won't need to wait very long to find out, as The Walking Dead Onslaught is on the way. We don't know very much at this point, but we have been told that we will play as Rick Grimes, the messed up hero he is to us all. The press release tells us we can expect visceral real motion melee combat. So, zombie murdering confirmed. We shall see what E3 brings. Over the last year, the hype behind a superhero game has gained traction. Codenamed the Avengers Project was first revealed in 2017, but then it completely vanished. Not a single piece of information since. With E3 2019 rolling up on us, I'm almost certain Square Enix will not want to miss another chance to re-reveal the Avengers Project on the largest stage of them all. Like I say, we don't have a clue what it's going to be like, so what do you think the Avengers Project will be? The wait is killing me. Did you ever play Dragon Age Origin? For many people, it was one of the greatest games of all time, a fantasy role-playing game with storytelling and finesse years beyond its PS3 release. 3 games and 14 DLCs later, and it's now time for Dragon Age 4, The Dead Wolf Rises. There is more worry than hype surrounding Dragon Age 4 due to the developers of the game, BioWare, and their fall from grace, going from top-tier game creation to, to Anthem. Ouch. People move on, companies change. Is this the same BioWare? I hope so. Let's see what Dragon Age 4 becomes. Earlier this year, Resident Evil 2 Remake was released, and it was a masterpiece, reimagining Claire and Leon's survival against the undead in a hyper-realistic world. Easily one of the games of the year for 2019. Around the police station, we found evidence of another character from the timeline. That character was none other than the Nemesis from Resident Evil 3. Immediately, we all knew that Resident Evil 3 Nemesis Remake must be coming soon, but will Capcom reveal it this year or next year? To play as the OG hero Jill Valentine, constantly in fear of the Nemesis, sounds like hell on earth. I can't wait to play. Back in 2015, Final Fantasy VII Remake was revealed, an exclusive for PS4, infusing the old school brilliance of the PS1 original with the real-time action of Kingdom Hearts 3. This was going to be epic. But then development slowed down to a crawl and PlayStation stopped reporting on it. So I looked into it and found that Square Enix has now taken the project in-house and placed it firmly behind closed doors, moving the Kingdom Hearts 3 team onto the Final Fantasy VII project. E3 2019 will see the re-release of the remake, heavily speculated to be episodic. I'm not sure how I feel about that business model. What do you say? Ready to revisit Final Fantasy VII? Only 1 week before I'm writing this, and Ubisoft have decided to reveal Ghost Recon Breakpoint before E3. The game is set to build on Ghost Recon Wildlands, an open world behind enemy lines cooperative shooter. This time we will fight other Spec Op agents turned rogue. Likely this will feed into the multiplayer portion, hopefully allowing us to jump into other people's games and attack them from the shadows. If that's true, expect lots of trolling. Ghost Recon Breakpoint also introduces the injury system and stamina too, which take the game into new areas of realism and survival. This could be genre defining, and guess what? It's coming out this year, October 4th to be precise. Another game receiving a sequel in the coming year is Beyond Good and Evil. First released in 2004 on the PS2, the game wasn't a huge success, but a firm fan favourite due to the story and blending of genres. Now in 2019, Beyond Good and Evil 2 has, well, wow, blown the visuals out of the water. Just look at it, it's bloody gorgeous. What's ultra cool about Beyond Good and Evil 2 is the company Hit Record, an open source creative sharing platform, which has been tasked to create visuals and sound for the game. So if you want your work to be in the game, get involved, it's that simple, truly revolutionary. Beyond Good and Evil 2 will be an adventure role-playing game with hover bikes, Egyptian-style futures, and random things that shouldn't be seen together. But my word, they do look good. Remember Apex Legends? It was once thought to battle Fortnite for the control of the world, but sadly it stagnated and everyone except the hardcore moved on. Well, EA and Respawn want to get Apex Legends back on our radar through Season 2 of their Battle Pass. Season 1 was underwhelming and the lack of updates haven't helped either, but at its core, Apex Legends is excellent. All it needs is a shot in the arm, and maybe Season 2 will do that. If you play Apex Legends every week, would you write it in the comments below, please? I'm really interested to see if anyone in this audience still plays that game. For the past 3 years, I've ended this list with a plea to Gearbox, begging them to reveal Borderlands 3. And hallelujah, it happened last month! I was even there in the first group to play the game. I don't know why I included that humble brag. My apologies. Well, at E3 2019, Borderlands 3 will reveal end game content. Modern gaming insists that games are a service these days and shouldn't be shelved after completing them. So how will Borderlands 3 stay relevant months after its release? I'm looking forward to seeing what happens after the credits roll. If you want to see me play Borderlands 3 for the first time, I'll link it now. So the last 3 games on the list cannot be backed up in the slightest, only spoken rumours without any real links to stories. But hey, rumours are rumours, and some of these are damn good. Firstly, remember at the start when I said no PlayStation involvement? Well, I can't help but feel like Sony need to reveal something. Maybe gameplay from The Last of Us Part 2, maybe a Ghost of Tsushima featurette, or another update on the world's most unfathomable game, Death Stranding. It's important for Sony to let people know they are a power to be reckoned with at this time of year. They don't have to be at E3, but maybe they should reveal something within that week. As we've already talked about Ubisoft, let's talk about Watch Dogs 3. It's been 3 years since the last entry, and the internet is rife with Watch Dogs 3 news. Supposedly, the new game will be set in London. I can't wait to hear the accents. There's 2 which always pop up. There's the woeful Lara Croft voice, "Hello Tarquin, how are you today?" Or there's the Cockney gangsters, "You f***ing what, you f***ing, ow whop, you f***ing f***." Hopefully both will be in the game. Interestingly, the main character will be female. Okay, I have no idea why that's interesting, but the internet says it is. As long as she's a badass, I couldn't care less. Also of note is that the gun laws in the UK may see Watch Dogs change a little, as shootings are very uncommon here, so maybe melee weapons will take centre stage. And as we all know, we all carry around 3-foot knives to stab each other all the time. I mean, stereotypes. Embrace them, I suppose. And finally, Rockstar Games. The brilliance of Red Dead Redemption 2 has just about got away from us. They're once again trying to put the online portion in a better place, but overall, what is their focus going forward? Could we see a GTA 6 confirmation? Or maybe it's finally time to see Bully 2 made. Bully was like a smaller version of GTA focused around academic life in a boarding school. Jimmy was the playable character who was bullied. He did some bullying, and he also tried to find love with girls far too tall for him, and was up to enough mischief that Loki would be proud of him. He was also pretty good at throwing fists. But what do you think? Bully 2, will it ever be made? So there we have it, 15 games to keep an eye out for at E3 2019. What's the top of your list? Cyberpunk 2077, right? Anyway, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for your time. Come talk to me on Twitter, by the way. I'm Adam Grenade over there. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you soon.